This is the future.
It was like yesterday when I remembered how people trolled me when I said that Baruuk was super powerful when modded well. Back in 2018, when we first witnessed this monk, he was nowhere on anybody's top tier list. I made a lot of videos about this Warframe on how he can be powerful and useful at the same time, but some just laughed at it, saying that it is a lot of work when you can just go with the meta Saren and nuke everything. Well, meta boys will always be meta boys. But when the day that his reactive storm augment arrives, everything changed. Baruuk was seen as one of those fun to play Warframes in the game. A lot of things have changed then, especially on how he can deal damage, but one thing remains the same. He can still hit hard with insane red crits that can go up to 1,000,000 damage. First of all, let's talk about when to use Baruuk. This Warframe excels best in missions wherein there are lots of enemy spawn. The more the enemies, the better that this Warframe performs. It's because Baruuk has a unique mechanic called Restraint Meter, wherein you need to erode this meter using his abilities to gain access to his most powerful striking ability. Lull is probably the best ability to use in eroding his restraint bar, but in my opinion, once the fight goes on, Desolate Hands can help you maintain it since it erodes the restraint bar per enemy it hits. However, Desolate Hands are not meant just to erode his restraint bar, but more of a damage reduction survivability skill. Long story short, if you go in missions like Survivals, or better, Steel Path Survivals, and even Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, then you will have some dumb fun playing this monk. But how to dish out so much damage, squad leader? You can still red crit with Baruuk, but not as before, wherein we just put the gladiator mods in our sentinel weapon, more specifically, in your deconstructor, and it will work even if the sentinel dies. The gladiator mods are key components to give Baruuk some red crit, but acolyte mods don't work for his desert wind ability. Also, right now, this sentinel trick won't work, but you can still do red crit if you put gladiator mods in your melee weapon, and it will serve as a stat stick for Baruuk's desert wind ability. Right now, Baruuk can achieve more power with the Neon mod set equipped. If you haven't watched my recent video about these mods, then you might have missed that these mods can give you 300% melee damage instead of what it's saying in its description. The only downside is, you will need to mod Baruuk with both Neera's Anguish and Neera's Hatred to achieve the 300% bonus damage on melee attacks, including the waves sent by Baruuk's Desert Wind ability. On the other hand, having a whip is not bad at all for Baruuk since it allows you to gain combo counter fast. Whip has the highest range in the game, and you can use this to build up combo counter fast when using Baruuk, so you will gain the 12 times combo count and help you do red crit with Desert Wind with the help of the gladiator mods. Now, there is a looming bug that has been reported way back in November 2020 and still hasn't been fixed by Digital Extremes. I don't know if you know this already, but the initial combo build and gladiator mod set are bugged with an exalted weapon. In real missions, you will lose all that gladiator mod stack when you reactivate your exalted weapon, and sadly, this can only be fixed by only one mod, and that is the melee guidance mod for the Warframe's aura slot. It's kind of insane as it drops your combo duration for your melee weapon, and you will need the Naraman focus plus lots of duration mods on your melee stat stick to somehow keep the 12 times combo at max longer. But in terms of Desert Wind, your Exalted Fist won't be affected at all, and you can do red crit with it if you maintain your combo count. Additional tips would be stacking lots of combo duration mods, and also primary and secondary dexterity helps as it also procs when you kill something with Desert Wind. Right now, an Neera build for Baruuk is super fun since it gives the best damage, but when Digital Extremes will fix this set mod, then it's back to more power strength for your Baruuk to attain the highest damage output. Also, if they will fix the initial combo and gladiator mod set bugged with exalted weapons, then it's back to Steel Charge as the aura for Baruuk, or any aura that you deem more useful for your build. Honestly, nothing has changed for this monk. He is great in both survivability and damage, and a total beast in Steel Path levels, especially in survival missions where you farm acolytes for dinner. The only things that have changed are the way you achieve these feats for this monk. In my opinion, Baruuk remains at the top list in the best Warframe for this year 2022. The rest of the video is all about how I fashion frame my Baruuk. Let me know in the comments section below if you want to share something about this awesome Warframe. Thank you so much for watching. Squad leader signing off.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.